I might have a coughing fit in the middle of this.
We're live.
I wasn't suggesting we edit it out. Three, two,
We don't.
one. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Bronx Pinstripe Show. Giancarlo Stanton. On the backs of Stanton, the Yankees take a 2-1 series lead. Go-ahead home run in the 8th inning or later. First time, apparently, that's happened in ALDS for the Yankees since Raul Bañez did it back in 2012.
That's
And that's
crazy.
that. You know what the craziest thing is? Stanton's go-ahead home run's not even the most miraculous thing he did tonight because he also stole a base.
Yes, he did. He was a one-man show out there today. The entire team basically took a night off compared to what he did, man. But he was a one-man wrecking crew, and yes, he even used the legs. They do work. They do work. I mean, granted, there was nobody
Well,
holding him
did
on, and
they?
he was like
Because
skipping towards the
they showed.
the towards second base, and then he trotted into the bag because no one was paying attention. Good for him. That's paying attention. That's understanding the situation,
Field awareness.
field awareness, and understanding your limitations, but also they also know his limitations. So take advantage of that.
Yeah, you can steal a bag when the opposing team has literally zero thought in their brain that you're ever going to steal a bag. So it's
Yeah.
genius. He's been setting that up the entire season.
Right. It's the long con. It's like I know there's going to be an opportunity to steal a big bag.
Although maybe wait for a little bit bigger of a moment, but hey,
The problem with that is that, like, he gets to second base, I'm like, "We still need a double in the
yeah,
gap for
it's
him to score."
exactly.
Like, I don't know really what it did because either way.
Yeah. That's funny. Yeah, you mentioned he's one man wrecking crew. He went 3 for 5, obviously home run, 2 RBIs. He also hit an absolute piss missile off of the wall.
Yep.
And then everyone else in the lineup combined 1 for 25. They did walk 8 times because the Royals insist on walking every single Yankee every single inning. Struck out 5 times with one
9, yeah,
RBI.
ended up with 9
Ended
walks,
up with 9 walks.
yep.
Okay.
In the ninth, there was another
The one RBI came on Soto's sac fly. Only one other hit, which I believe was what, a Volpe single, I believe
Yep,
was
that's
the
right.
one hit. But damn, 1 for 25. I mean, the Yankees won. It's great that they won. What we're going to talk about the bullpen specifically and the big outs that they got. But Stanton legitimately was the entire offense tonight.
He was the entire offense, and I'm looking up just to confirm what I'm thinking in my head right now. Yeah, game 1, obviously the other game that they won, they walked 8 times. So you're looking at the Kansas City Royals playing very nice with how they're treating the batters and giving them free passes. And it's not like the Yankees are taking advantage of these
No,
opportunities. It's
they were 0 for
Giancarlo
6 with
Stanton
runners in scoring tonight.
and Giancarlo Stanton, thankfully, just that's what the guy does. I mean, he time and time again, he shows up in the playoffs. So, not something that you'd expect. And also you're looking at, like, I think it was the 6th inning and he was on base and you're like, he's going to get another at bat. It's 2-2 at that point. You're looking at it. He's going to get another at bat. So you can't pinch run for him at any point. And because his bat is the only thing that's working on the offense at this moment. So it's a tough situation because obviously he can't run, and the stolen base looks great in the box score, but
Yeah,
it
but
doesn't
we all know
it
why
didn't
that
prove
happened.
anything that he's running faster, you
No.
know what I mean? He just outsmarted everybody. Um, so but that's a that I just hope that that doesn't become, a thing, at some point where
But
he's not able to score because it's true. If he's there, like, you're going station to station with him.
But he's hitting, and
He's
we
hitting.
talked
It's
about
not
this
a
going
problem
into
right
the
now.
playoffs where it's like his bat seems to always show up in the plus. I don't know what sort of mental state he goes in, what sort of zen mode he goes in or something like that, but the dude just shows up in the playoffs.
Yeah. It's Thank God. Thank God the man does because that's if the Yankees can do something here, they need him. They need him badly because Judge has yet to turn it around. I know he hit the ball hard, had some better he looks like he's having better at bats. It does see that way.
Bob Costas thought he hit one all the way to freaking back to the Bronx.
Yeah, I know. And he was wrong so many times today. It was
He
like
was terrible.
John Sterling was like, "Why is this guy? What game is he looking at?" Because
Although in
he
fairness,
was wrong
that
so many damn times.
the one he got tripped up on in the 8th inning on that looping line drive that Volpe made a nice play
Yeah.
on, that tripped me up too. I was like, "Yeah, that's a single to center field." Oh, wait, did Volpe catch that? What just happened here? But
It
yeah,
wasn't that confusing when when you actually see the play and
well,
you look
off
at the ball
off the
wasn't hit that
bat, it
hard.
seemed confused. But again, I'm watching from my couch, okay? He's in the
Exactly.
ballpark.
And you're seeing what the terrible camera angles that TBS does. Like, they're late to show you the pitch. They're late to the
Yeah.
even off the bat, they're like a split second late. So it makes it that much more confusing for the viewer. But yeah, Costas was he
Well,
was on one tonight.
all three games now with Costas, he feels the need to harp on Judge's playoff struggles every single at bat. Like, I get it. Like, he's trying
I
to
mean, you have
appeal
to talk about it. You
every
have
at
to
bat,
talk
though.
about it. The man, did you see the tweet that Rich put out? You didn't.
No,
You're not on.
I don't do
It's a.
Twitter anymore.
Let me read you this stat. It was an article in the Post, but
Believe me, I know how bad the numbers are. He's probably hitting under 200 now,
no, no,
close
no.
to a
It's like
40%
a weird
strikeout
one.
clip.
It's like a weird one. Anyway, I'll bring this up in a little bit. Let's talk about the good things first because we won the game and the Yankees are 2-1. They steal back the home field advantage. Obviously now it's in the hands of it's at their advantage. They no matter what, we'll go back to Yankee Stadium, but can close it out tomorrow night. Which thankfully we have a game tomorrow night. We can keep some momentum going, which is cool.
Yeah, yeah. So we're seeing some comments come in here. Will says, "What are you thoughts? What are our thoughts on bringing Weaver in the eighth inning?" We were just chatting about this before we pressed record. I mean, it worked out, so it's hard to second guess a move that works out. But he did allow 2 hits in the eighth inning,
Yep.
and he had a clean, easy ninth inning, so that didn't matter as well. But we even were texting in our chat like when Canley's pulled, it's like Canley was pitching well, and
He
so
was. I think he was always coming in for wit though. That's what when I saw Weaver up because he was up in the seventh, at the end of the seventh. Um, yeah, I think he was up, or maybe it was even earlier in the eighth. I can't remember when he went up. I remember noticing that it was early. So I think all along Boone was bringing him in for Bobby Witt no matter what.
yeah, you're probably right. And clearly their plan was because you saw Holmes go an inning and a third, you saw Canley go an inning and a third, and then you saw Weaver go an inning and 2/3. So that was clearly their plan to try and get the outs out of the bullpen with just those three guys.
Yep. And now Weaver threw a good amount. What his availability will be tomorrow is something to look at. I mean, I think he's going to be available, but to
He's
what
definitely
extent,
going to be available.
to what effectiveness? That's all. Like it's just he just pitched.
An inning.
It's something to look at.
He'll
Yeah,
be available for an inning, or even, well, I guess you got to do 3 batters now, but you could pick your spot for him if you need to get a couple big outs.
I don't know. The guy's definitely taken to the moment for being at the end of the game. So and it seems like there's an extra tick of electricity when he's out there
But that's the
in the big
luxury.
spots for him.
That's why you don't in the playoffs, you don't play for tomorrow. You play for the game at hand. You play to
Sure.
win the game because now the Yankees are in the driver's seat and you've got to just say, we'll talk about this, but you got to just say, Cole, you're going to go give us an actual good start. They haven't
Yeah, go
gotten a good
shove.
they
Go
haven't gotten a
shove.
good start so far in these 3 games. Cole got hit around pretty good in 5+ innings. Rodon couldn't get out of couldn't get out of the 4th inning. And then Schmidt, although he looked really good first time through the batting order, especially when it came around in that 5th inning, started to get hit a little bit. He couldn't get through the 5th inning. So they haven't gotten a single good start yet, and their starting rotation was supposed to be the strength.
I don't think that Clark Schmidt was going to go much further, even if he didn't give up those runs because they were about to go through the third time through the order, and I just don't think he was going to be allowed to go through that top of the order. Is really the where you can get burned, and I thought that Clark Schmidt pitched well tonight, and I know the line doesn't show it. You look at the lines, and
You're never going
you
to look
see
at 4
3.
2/3 and say that's good.
I understand that, but his stuff was good today, and through the first 3 innings, he was really, or through the first 4 innings, he was really good, and I thought he was working his pitches well. He was working both sides of the plate. The umpire was inconsistent as all hell tonight, and like some terrible low strikes. That one to Jazz Chisholm after the Stanton home run was just like egregiously bad. Um,
both
he was
sides,
bad for
though.
both sides. He was just bad tonight. You didn't know what was going to be called the strike. And then the punch out, which wasn't him. It was the first base umpire on Judge, which again, terrible, taking the bat out of the man's hand on what should have been a walk. But yeah, I thought he pitched well. I did. The eye test, you're looking at what he did. He pitched well. The ball down the left field line that that was his first hit given up after, because it was all 2 outs as well in the 5th. So he was cruising even to 2 outs in the 5th. Like the man pitched
Double
very
off
well up until
Yeah.
two outs, and then that hit, and then the line drive that Soto dove towards. I don't even know if he was. Is that a real dive to catch? Because there's something left out there with Soto playing the field. He's not the greatest fielder in the world, but
Well, then all of a sudden he'll make a great play, and you're like, oh, okay.
yeah, he just takes bad routes to the ball. He doesn't have a good first step. It's just he's definitely just an average right fielder.
But
But
but I think, I mean, that sort of play shows why having Judge in right field, who's an elite right fielder, is such an asset for this team, because you're sacrificing defense in the outfield when you put Judge in center field and Soto in right. And I know, listen, this is not let's not
that
sign
ain't happening
Soto.
this year. Yeah, this is
Right.
this is a 2025 conversation.
But this
Hopefully, we
and
have
but
that problem
and
because
this
that
is
means Soto's back.
but this is also never a don't play Soto in the outfield conversation, because
Right.
he's 26 years old, so he's going to be playing in the outfield. So maybe it's right field long term, maybe it's left field long term. I don't know, but I just know in that single play in a vacuum, not having Judge in right field cost them a run there, because he makes that play.
He does make that play, or at least you keep the ball
No,
in front of you.
he catches that.
He catches that ball. He's also 8 feet tall, so it's
No,
easier for him
exactly.
to catch that
Also,
ball.
why he catches that ball.
But anyway, so the point being is that I thought Schmidt for a start on the road, given the situation, not knowing he was going to be the absolute game 3 starter, as you've been mentioning this
What are you
throughout this
talking about?
thing.
He
Yeah,
was
now I'm
3
pitching.
days ago.
He's going through all of these all of these things, these hoops he's got to jump through. It's crazy. He's got to prepare to be a reliever, then he's got to prepare to be a starter. What a gutsy performance. No, I thought he did well though, and then obviously they were able to shut it down. The bullpen was really good again.
Bullpen's been unbelievable.
Really good again. And
Holmes
Canely,
Clay Holmes looked great. Canely
Mhm.
looked good, and obviously Weaver.
Yeah. It was
And
all around a really good. I thought the whole thing. You could literally boil down the bad pitching to a third of an inning, and it wasn't even bad. Even the ball down the left field line wasn't a bad pitch. It was a good piece of hitting that was out there. So I thought for the most part the Yankees. I thought they pitched well tonight. So
And when Holmes comes into the game, he comes in with a runner on, right?
yes.
He comes in with, runner on third. He walked Witt,
Mm-hmm.
and they got Pasquantino to fly out.
Yes. Because Massey got to third base on that line drive that went past Soto. So he was standing on third when
Yeah.
Clay Holmes came in. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't, frankly, with Bobby Witt up in that moment, I know he hadn't to that point done anything in the series. I don't mind pitching carefully to him. I don't. I think
No,
that's totally fine.
It's the same way the Royals are going to be approaching Judge. It's like you've held him down, but this guy can beat you at any moment.
Yeah, but in that moment, it was what I'm saying with Clay Holmes, who we know, he's been very good lately, but he can have command issues. I think that one was more him being careful with Bobby Witt at that point, with a runner on third. So,
yeah,
again, good pitching.
Yes.
And hold on, real quick. That's a good point. Craig is saying that Schmidt would have gotten out of the inning if Volpe wasn't shaded all the way up the middle, because there was that ground ball where he had to range all the way to the infield almost, the infield grass, and then make that tough throw. So
that's what they do. Even though there's the no shift rule, the guy's
point
playing
is he got the ground ball. He got the
Yeah.
ground ball. Like the guy pitched. I thought he pitched well. It's not like looking at the Carlos Rodon line and seeing the.
I mean, in fairness, he also
the
pitched better
numbers.
than Cole did in game 1.
It was the best starting job that we've seen this series by the Yankee. Yes,
It wasn't anything
not
special,
even,
but
not even a dispute.
no, it wasn't anything special. But yeah, out of the 3, if you're just comparing the 3, sure, I guess.
And he wasn't going to go deep. They weren't going to.
You're right. That 5th innings. Although, what if he had a really clean 5th inning?
I think someone was coming out. I think probably Clay Holmes starts the 6th.
I agree, but
I don't think he was going to be able to. They weren't going to let him see Bobby Witt a third time.
And so if he had a 1, 2, 3, or got 4 batters only in the 5th inning, Witt would have still come up in the 6th inning, right?
No, Massey would not have been up, so it would have been the top of the order.
Okay,
it would have been the top of the order. Massey, I think Massey would have been his last batter, no matter what, whether he got him or not.
We've got a few more things to talk about, and I want to also pose a question for Game 4, but we are brought to you today by the easiest way to get postseason tickets, Game Time. Maybe you're looking for a last-minute ticket to Game 4 in Kansas City or planning a hopeful ALCS game at Yankee Stadium. No matter what kind of tickets you're looking for, Game Time is what you should use to buy your tickets. I love the Game Time app for many reasons, but my personal favorite features are the flash deals, so you can see what sections the best deals are in. All-in pricings, you select this option, you're not hit with surprise fees at checkout, and seat views. You get real pictures from inside the stadium so you know what you're getting. The app also is streamlined, is easy to use, just a few taps and you are done. The app allows for easy sharing of tickets with other people if you're going to the game with friends and family, and there's also great tickets for concerts, comedy shows, theater, and much more in addition to baseball games. Also, the Game Time guarantee means you're always going to get the best price. If you find tickets in the same section or row for less money, Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use code Bronx for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Once again, create an account, redeem code Bronx for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. And last but not least, we are also brought to you by Babbel. Right around the corner, you will not believe it. Right after the Yankees are raising their World Series championship
Careful.
banner and planning a parade down Manhattan, there will be New Year's resolutions in the air. People will be making New Year's resolutions. Most people don't stick to them. But if learning a new language is on your resolution list, Babbel can help you achieve it. Babbel gets you talking in another language because their courses are designed by real people for real conversations. The lessons are quick, just 10 minutes long, so you don't get overwhelmed with information. The courses are handcrafted by over 200 language experts ready to get you talking in your new language in as little as 3 weeks. And if you want more proof that Babbel gets you talking, studies from Yale, Michigan State University, and other leading universities continue to prove Babbel works. One study even found that using Babbel for only 15 hours is equivalent to a full semester at college. With over 16 million subscriptions sold, Babbel's 14 award-winning language courses are backed by a 20-day money-back guarantee, so there is no pressure. Here's a special offer for our listeners. Right now, you can get 60% off your Babbel subscription at babbel.com/Bronx, 60% off at babbel.com/Bronx, spelled BABBEL.com/Bronx. Rules and restrictions apply. All right, so we obviously talked about I want to talk about a couple of replays, non-replay situations that happened early in the game. So Volpe, in that he was leading off the third inning, hits a ground ball, and it takes Gurriel, first baseman, up. He's leaping. He looks safe on that play, and they don't review it. Boone doesn't call for a challenge. I don't know why he didn't call for a challenge, but just in my quick viewing of those replays, he looks safe. That would have been a leadoff hit or a leadoff error, whatever you want to call it. Then I think, what was it? Oswaldo walked right after that. So it would have been first and second, nobody out if they challenged that and won that challenge. But later in that inning, they challenged the Glaber blooper down the right field line. That still, who
It was a fair
knows?
ball.
Who knows based on that replay if it bounced fair or foul? All I know is there's additional umpires in the playoffs for this very reason.
Well, I mean, if you looked, if he was standing like 5 feet from the ball, he was right there,
Yeah, how did he miss it?
right on top of that. I don't know how you missed that, but
But like
they should bring back the chalk so you can see something fly. Actually, that's very helpful when you can see something fly. But
or just chip the baseball so we don't have to have umpires at all. But all I know is they showed the replay a half a dozen times, and half of them I was like, that definitely hit the line, and the other half I'm like, that could have bounced in foul territory. Who the hell knows? Probably was gonna.
nah, that ball was fair, man. The one down the line, the one down the foul line was the one that you could see actually down the line. Every other angle was terrible. The one down the line where you could actually see where the ball was. Part of that ball was in the white. I mean,
You don't think that was clearly obviously not enough evidence to overturn the same
yeah, all right.
situation as that Jazz stolen base in the
But
first game.
this is where this rule needs to absolutely change.
Sure.
It's so dumb. It's so dumb. Just get the call right. Like just get the call right. That's exactly why it's there. Instant replay is not here so that we can maybe get it right. No, you get it right. You get it right. You literally can zoom in and find the answer as all of us are looking at the answer.
But even
Just
that
get the
wasn't a
answer
great
correct.
camera angle. Like, have better camera angles.
Definitely have better camera angles, Kansas City, first of all.
That camera angle made it a little ambiguous.
it was clear enough for me to see. I think that they were going to be. It was a problem because then they had to put Cabrera back on third, and he was getting hugged down the line, It looked like I mean, he would have scored. I think he
If
would have
that's
scored.
ruled a fair, well, Rojas was holding him up.
Well, he was literally holding him up because he was stopping the play. So I don't. He was running. It looked like he was running.
But the rule states, I believe, it's just a plus
Oh,
two
100%
bases.
there.
So
I think there is some discretion in some. I thought there was
yeah,
discretion in
there
that one.
is discretion, but like umpires never use discretion in that instance.
That
They
there
just
wouldn't have
give
been
them,
discretion on that play. They would have put them at second and third.
yeah.
But so yes, the Yankees would not have scored on that play if it were called the correct call, which was fair. But here we are. They just need to figure this out and put the TrackMan system or whatever the hell it's called down the lines.
Tennis
So
has been
just
using it for 2 decades.
yeah, just put it down the lines. It's not that difficult. It shouldn't be. They got all the money in the world. Just figure that out. And
I
just
just
when we have the technology to get things right, let's just do that. How about that? You know?
I just find it completely asinine that they bring in extra umpires. They have all these high definition cameras and replays, and then everyone at home is still like, "Wait, really? You're not overturning that, or really you are overturning?" Like, how is it still this bad?
If I can send Chat GPT an image full of blurry text, and then within 3 seconds it just prints out every single thing that's correct or that it says on that image, we should be able to get the foul balls correct. It shouldn't be that difficult. And then yes, the person that's also standing right on top of the ball should probably get that call right also. But I understand human error. There's a thing.
But
It happens.
Craig in our chat says, "Yeah, why are you not challenging the play to lead off the inning, but then you're challenging the play with no outs? They should have challenged both of them."
I think that the first one to me was closer. Like his toe, it was close. I don't think that would have been overturned either, because I think his
Maybe
toe,
not.
it looked like his toe, like a fraction of a second, got there, but it was close enough. I mean, yeah, bang bang, it looked safe. Um, so I I still think it's worth a challenge, though. I understand that you got to kind of hold them close to their vest. Shouldn't they just be challenging everything in the playoffs? Like, why do the managers have to, like, if you got something wrong and we don't have a challenge left? Also, another dumb rule in the instant replay. If I don't have a challenge left, we can't get the call right because the guy got it wrong.
Is there
It's
still
dumb.
that rule that if it's like after the 7th or 8th inning that
I don't
it's
know.
auto challenge in the playoffs or something?
There's a lot of rules. There's a lot of rules, but at the end of the day, just get it correct. That's all. That's all I ask. And we have every bit of technology to be able to get these calls right. So they should be doing that.
Yeah. And then it was the 5th inning where Soto ended up getting that sac fly. Lugo was really struggling with his command at that point,
Hmm.
and earlier in that inning, I believe, was they got the first 2 guys on, and Verdugo was bunting there. What were your thoughts on that Verdugo bunt?
Ah, ah. My were my first thoughts like, what? Stop doing
Well,
that.
when he
Stop
popped
holding the
up the
bat in the
first
way that you did. Yeah.
when he popped up the first one, I'm like, "Oh, maybe that wasn't a called bunt. Maybe that was just him
Oh
trying
no,
to
I think that
bunt."
was a called bunt.
No, it
It
was
was a
definitely
called
a
bunt.
called bunt because then he bunted his next 2 attempts. But
Yeah.
on the first one alone, because we've seen Verdugo bunt on his own in the past this season.
He's not a good bunter.
No.
Thank God he got that down and was able to. But like he has the best numbers against Lugo on the team. I know it's only like 7 at bats, but he does have the best numbers on Lugo. So maybe just let him swing. But the bunt there with Verdugo holding the bat is scary. It's a scary situation.
You're
It's a
like,
scary situation, but it worked.
if it hits him in the fingers, then he's out for game 4. Like, is that
You know,
is that no,
yeah.
never wish injury.
The all the excitement for Verdugo after game one. That's a lot of soft ground balls since then, right? Like
And
not much has happened.
don't you love how walks Volpe and Cabrera, boom, first pitch, ground ball to second base, 5
Just
Verdugo.
immediately, just
Just immediate.
nothing to look forward to. Yeah.
Like,
Uh,
just in case any of you were gonna get excited, here, I'm gonna put
Yeah,
a
let me
wet
do it.
blanket
Let
on
me
that.
do it quickly, just so I don't have to delay this at bat, and I'll just show you the weak ground ball to first
Well,
base.
I was joking in our chat that if the Yankees lost this game, you'd get the panic lineup on game 4 with Dominguez starting and possibly even Trevino starting because Wells has also not looked great.
No, he has not. And he was aggressive on that last at bat on the first pitch, and he was just a little out in front, a little too jumpy on that one, but he hit the ball hard. It was foul, obviously, and then didn't do much. But I think he needs to just be aggressive. He hasn't been good in a while though. He's been struggling for, even since the end of
Do
the
you move
season.
Stanton up?
No, No, I'd probably just stay where we are.
Really?
Yeah.
I
Stanton's
mean,
hitting where he is. I'm just gonna leave him where he is.
maybe get it Stanton one more at bat per game.
Maybe, but then he's got to run.
The lefty thing? What do you mean Wells? Yeah.
For that lane.
Yeah.
I love how
So
that's been now it's part of our vernacular, that lane.
they like the lefty righty balance. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think he's staying where he is, and, for him, it's working. The other guy's just gotta hit. It's not a Stanton problem. The other guy's just gotta hit. So,
Well, I mean, it's an easy question to ask when there's literally only one guy in the lineup hitting, and
yeah,
he's batting fifth. It's not like he's batting second or third, and there's nowhere to move him. The one guy in your lineup is batting fifth, and he's the one guy hitting.
right. So what do he's not gonna save the world if you move him up one spot at that point. You need everybody else just needs to hit. That's the answer. That's the solution. You wanna hear the solution? Everybody needs to hit.
Yeah.
Every or maybe just one other
Or
person,
just
maybe 2 other people.
can whatever sports therapist Giancarlo goes to, can he just pay Judge a call tonight or tomorrow morning or something like that? Because damn.
Yeah, I know. There's something going on, and the comments were those the real comments that Costas had said something about if Judge talking about Judge struggling that if they don't win in the postseason that it's all his fault. Did did that come out
Wait,
of his
did he
mouth?
say that?
Yeah, that's what Costas said that he said. I don't remember hearing that quote, but if he
I mean,
did,
half the time I'm tuning out Costas, and the other half of the time he's like getting jumpy, and I'm like, oh, what's he saying? What's he saying?
but if Judge is saying shit like that too, it's like, man, this kid takes me back to that little conversation he was having with Rizzo, who apparently is Mr. Miyagi. Did you catch that one where he called Mr. Miyagi Mr. Miyagi?
I didn't
It's
catch
like,
that
come
one.
on. It's like, it's not good. It's not good here. A lot of things that are not good come
I
out of your
mean,
mouth.
there's a reason Bob Costas hasn't broadcasted in like a decade.
He was good in like the 1995 Olympics.
He was great in the 90s. Bob Costas was like the voice of sports in the 90s. The
1995 Olympics,
90s are
or
a
whenever the
long
hell the
time.
Olympics were.
The 90s are a long time ago.
I know. I know.
A
So
couple other things we want to touch on. So we didn't talk about this after game two, obviously, because we were recording, and this happened right after game two. But
Jazz.
Jazz saying that the Royals got a little lucky to win that game, and that he's still fully confident. Obviously, he got loudly booed in this game. Royals fans took those comments to heart.
Yeah. Oh, they
What
did. Yeah.
what are you doing, Jazz? What are you doing?
Yeah, there's no reason to fire up anybody with comments at all. We just, keep the comments close to the vest. Say things behind the scenes. Don't say things to reporters. And I know Jazz is like, he's just like loose and fun loving and talking and probably, doesn't mean a damn thing by it egregiously in a way. So that came out of his mouth, but at the same time it's like you just don't need any extra motivation on the other side. So,
Also,
and the fans were all over him. But he said something after the game is like they don't never seen a bum get booed. So,
he's pulling the Reggie. He's pulling the Reggie. They don't
yeah.
boo nobodies.
Hey,
Listen, Jazz, I like you.
I
You're
I
fun.
like him too. I like him too, man.
But here's the thing.
Just don't say things.
If you're gonna talk shit, you can't go 0 for 4.
Right.
You
Yeah.
can talk shit if you get some big hits. If you don't get big hits, you can't be talking shit.
Has Judge gotten a hit since the boombox incident?
No.
Because
Yes, but no.
yeah,
Yes, he has, but no, he has not
yeah,
effectively.
things like that can haunt you. Things like that can haunt you. They get in your head. They get in your head because you start talking too much and then you're thinking about it. It's not good.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Also, just saying someone got lucky to beat you is like an extra slap in the face. It's just like,
It just doesn't make any sense either.
no.
And those comments, I listen to Boone talking about it too, and like defending his guy against what he does, and talking about the line of questioning, and talking about how the Yankees had bad luck, and so maybe he was just flipping it into like they had good luck, we had bad luck.
What was
Not
the
like,
Yankees'
not
bad
like
luck?
they're lucky.
Was the Yankees' bad
I
luck
don't
that they
know.
went like 1 for 20 with runners in scoring position?
Yeah, bad luck. The ball bounces the
Yeah.
wrong way. You know how it goes. That's what happens here.
So Stanton's just been lucky every postseason he's ever played with the Yankees.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, got it.
He falls into them. I mean, he had a stolen base tonight. That's not lucky.
That was heads up base running. All right.
Are you tempted at
Here,
all
here we go. Here we go. Here we
to
go.
throw Luis Heel tomorrow?
Here we go. Let's talk about it.
Are
Let's
you
hash it out.
tempted to throw Luis Heel
Let's
tomorrow?
get it all on the table, okay? We posed this question 2 weeks ago when we found out about the postseason schedule about these weird off days in the ALDS. If you're up 2-1 going into Game 4, you could have Garrett Cole on regular rest for Game 4, or you could hold him out. Worst case scenario, you've got him for Game 5 or a Game 1 in the ALCS. But I think the actual worst,
assuming the other side is completed also, because that series could drag out a little bit longer.
no matter what, we know when the ALCS is starting.
Oh, because it's happening because of the 5 games, right?
Yeah. So no matter what, no matter when the ALDS
You're right.
But here's the other worst case scenario, and that is Carlos Rodon starting Game 5 of a do or die series.
I don't love that.
Don't love that.
I don't love that.
So
He'll be really good in the first inning.
So I say it's not out of question, but I think you have to go Cole, and you just have to say, Garrett, go out, win us the series, have a few days off, and we'll see you in the ALCS. Because no matter what, he's pitching twice in the ALCS. If this somehow would get him into the ALCS, if this somehow would only have him pitch in the ALCS once, which
then you think about it.
It never would. Then you'd think about it. But
yeah,
he's gonna pitch. If he pitches tomorrow, he pitches Game 2 and Game 6 of the ALCS. Otherwise, he pitches Game 1 and Game 5 of the ALCS. So unless the ALCS is wrapped up in 5 games, if you win, who cares if he needs to pitch again? And if you lose, well, you didn't deserve to win that series anyway if you're losing in 5 games.
100%. Tomorrow's a big game. They just need to win. They're the best road team in baseball, right? Best road team in baseball. So go out there and win on the road in a game that you should win. I mean, obviously all the pressure is on Kansas City. So make them feel that. Feel that. And Garrett Cole needs to shove, especially to start this game off. He needs to come out there fired up, because if he does, that pressure just gets that much tighter for a team like Kansas City, who doesn't have a lot of firepower to come back from things. But Yankees bats got to get going. The Yankees bats got to do, the top of the order's got to do some damage here, and give him, if he has a lead, any kind of a lead, like I think Garrett Cole is going to pack that lead away. I think tomorrow is the day that he comes out and we see Garrett Cole, and they're probably going to stick with him. He's gonna, if he's running and pitching well, like he's gonna stay in the game, and I think Boone's gonna stay with him for probably a tick longer. But if the Yankees get some runs, then it's a moot point.
You'll have Holmes, Weaver, and Canley all available tomorrow, but probably not for more than an inning like you saw him tonight.
Yeah. So who didn't pitch tonight? We
Cousins, Hamilton,
didn't pitch.
Hill.
Yep. And Hamilton looked really good the other night. Hill is gonna come up against.
Cousins didn't look great the other night.
No, but it's also the first time he's pitched in 3.5 weeks, and coming off of that whatever little injury that he had that held him back at the end of the season. So,
but here's another reason I don't love starting Hill, is that if you give Kansas City momentum into a do or die Game 5, then even if you've got Cole on the mound, it's it's a Game 5, anything can happen. And Kansas City just took momentum back in the series, and it's kind of I just don't love the vibe of that. Right.
Maybe Carlos Rodon does not throw Game 5.
Oh, it's who would throw Game 5? Hill?
Luis Hill at home.
Do we love that too?
Yeah, maybe I like it better. I don't think it's that crazy, and it's also, you're looking at him. When's the last? Can you look up when the last time he pitched? Because it's been
it was the second to last day of the season.
Pittsburgh, yeah. So when was that?
Last Saturday of the season, Hill pitched.
Right,
and it was raining, and it wasn't a great start, but it was kind of just like a shitty game.
So it was 2 weeks ago, a week and a half ago. It's it's been a while.
I don't love the spot.
I don't know what that looks like.
I don't love the spot for him tomorrow night in Kansas City.
That's no, I tomorrow night, Garrett Cole needs to finish the series. He needs to go out there and finish the series because you're right. Even if he pitches tomorrow, he still slots in for game 2 of the ALCS, and he's able to pitch twice. So honestly, nothing hurt there. I mean, like that's whether he pitches game 1 or 2, relatively inconsequential, I think. But this game is massive. So close it, don't let them fight another day because I don't want to see them back at Yankee Stadium being
Right.
then all the pressure's on the Yankees. It's not on the Royals
Exactly.
anymore.
And what did I just say at the beginning of this podcast when we talked about the Yankees extending their bullpen for more than an inning tonight for each guy? You win the game at hand. You don't think about the ALCS until you're in the ALCS. So let's
Right.
win the ALDS and then think about the ALCS.
Yeah. So Cole is the kitchen sink tomorrow, and you throw it as long as humanly possible. And Yankee bats need to support him and get out there and actually freaking hit.
They just need some hits with all these walks that Kansas City's giving. The top of the order is getting on base. You need one of these guys. I mean, Soto had the sac fly with was he up with bases loaded or first and third?
Yeah.
Soto got the sac fly.
It was
But
bases loaded.
It was bases loaded. But like, so it's hard to get on a guy for getting a sac fly. But you need Soto or you need Judge. You need one of those two guys with runners on base to get the double in the gap or something to break a game open.
Yeah. And then tomorrow, we're going against Waka again. Look, they can hit you. Michael Waka is hittable. You can hit him. They should be able to hit him. There's no reason why they shouldn't be able to hit him tomorrow night like that.
Yeah,
they should be able to get some good at bats and work it. And you know what? The Kansas City bullpen they threw more guys tonight, didn't they? They threw a good amount of people tonight. So
I mean, let's be honest. This Kansas City team, like this is not a good team. Like this is. Oh, the Yankees should not lose this series. They're up 2-1. You got to. This is
with Garrett Cole on the mound.
You cannot lose this series. You just finished this series.
Finish the job. Yeah.
The last thing I'll say is not loving that 8:00 start tomorrow. Can we bump that back up to 7 like tonight? This is pretty.
Oh,
nice.
Is it 8? I didn't see
8:00 tomorrow. Yeah.
No, it was great, man. I got Kemp was able. He stayed up late tonight. He was able to watch.
Harrison watched with me until 9:30.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
he's also napping at daycare, so he's a freaking rocket ship until 9:30 every night.
Yeah. Yeah, Kemp's really starting to get into it, which is cool. It's fun to see the excitement on him, and he's standing on the couch and doing the chants and all that crap. It's a little noisy for me, to be honest. but
I mean,
I like seeing him into it.
Harrison was playing with Hot Wheels the whole time, but sure, yeah, he was awake in the living room.
Whenever I'm at home watching playoff baseball, I can't talk to people. I just need people to stop. Like Bevan will occasionally start to talk about something. I'm like, I can't talk right now. I just need to watch the game. Need to watch the game.
I was standing up.
I'm not a good talker during these games.
I do the stand up.
I just need to watch. I sit and I move.
Yeah. Yeah.
I move around.
I'm like, all right, I got to go check on this. I got to go do that. I got to go turn this doorknob, make sure it still turns. Cool.
Yeah. Did it turn?
Yeah.
Good.
All right. That's going to wrap it up.
Tomorrow night.
We'll be back at you again after hopefully a Game 4 win. Keep it simple, stupid. Pitch Garrett Cole. We'll see you tomorrow night.